Equations of lines. The standard form of an equation of a line is ax plus by equals c. So your x and y terms on one side, the constant on the other side. So we're going to change a few equations around until they are in standard form. So our first one, y equals 2x plus 5, we want to just change it to standard form. So just some algebraic manipulation. I already have the 2x on one side. I'm going to move the y over, so I'll subtract a y from both sides and subtract the 5. So I have 2x. I'm subtracting the y. That gets it on the right-hand side. And to get the 5 to the other side, I will have to subtract it. So 2x minus y equals negative 5. Now I'm in standard form. To change our next line over, we are in slope-intercept form. To change it to standard form, first we need to clear the fraction. So just like normal equations, multiply through by that LCD. So we're going to multiply through by 4. And then rewrite it. So we have 4y equals 3x minus 12. Now we want the x and y on the same side, the constant on the other side. So I'm going to keep the 3x on the right-hand side. I am going to subtract the 4y to get it on that side. Then I need to get my constant on the other side. So I need to move this 12. It's subtracted. So I'm going to add or put a positive 12 on the other side. And now I have my x and y on the same side. So 3x minus 4y equals 12 is in standard form. We have one more equation here that will switch around to standard form. So first of all, we will clear out the fraction. We will multiply through by a 5, our LCD, all the way across. And that gives me 5y equals negative x plus 10. This time I'm going to choose to move the x to the other side. So if it's subtracted, if I add an x to both sides, that will move it over. So I'm going to add an x. I already have the plus 5y. When I added it here, it canceled. And the 10 we can leave on this side because we want x and y on the same side, constant on the other side. So we are now in standard form. Next, we're going to look at a couple of graphs and then write the equation in slope-intercept form and in standard form. It's easiest to go to slope-intercept form first. So from the picture, we need that y-intercept, which is our b, and it is the point where the graph crosses the y-axis. So it is over 0, up 1, 2, 3. So our b is 3. And we need to know our slope. If we have 2 points that hit at the corners, we can count and get our slope. Remember, slope is your vertical change over your horizontal change. So from here, we're going to go up 1, 2, 3. So that will be a positive 3 for a vertical change. And then we will go over to the right, 1, 2. So a positive 2. Now to write our slope-intercept form, y equals 3/2 x plus 3. From there, to go to our standard form, we're going to clear the fraction. So we need to multiply through by 2. This will give us 2y equals 3x plus 6. Now we want to get the x and y on the same side, the constant on the other side. So I'm going to choose to keep my 3x, subtract the 2y to get it off of that side and on this side. And then to get the 6 from this side to the other side, I have to subtract a 6 from both sides. So 3x minus 2y equals -6 is the standard form, and my slope-intercept form was y equals 3/2 x plus 3. Let's look at one more problem where we're looking at the graph and writing the equation of the line. So first we will go to slope-intercept form, the y equals mx plus b, and we will get our intercept, which is 4. We can count to find our slope. Find 2 points that hit at the corners. So we'll use these two and start at either one and move to the other one. So vertical over horizontal. I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3. Going down is negative. Going over to the right, 1, 2. So -3/2 for a slope. So y equals -3/2 x plus 4. That is my slope-intercept form. I'm going to go ahead and write it. We will just manipulate it to get to standard form. So first of all, clear your fractions. So I will multiply through by 2. That was my common denominator. That gives me 2y equals -3x plus 8. This time I'm going to choose to move the 3x. So I will add 3x to both sides. I will leave the 2y over there. So I'm adding 3x. I'm keeping the 2y. 3x will cancel off of this side, and the 8 is already on this side. I am now in standard form. To write the equation of a line, the information that we need is the slope and 1 point. All right, we're going to write the equation of the line, given some conditions, and we have to make sure that we have a slope and we have a point. If they give us the slope and the y-intercept, it's easier to start with the slope-intercept form. That is what they're giving us this time. So we can plug straight in. We have y equals 3 is our m, x, and our y-intercept is 6. So this one is in slope-intercept form. To change from slope-intercept form to standard form, we just have to move it around. So we're going to keep the x. I will move the y to that side, so I'm going to subtract a y. And then I will move the 6 to the other side. So I will need to subtract the 6. So 3x minus y equals -6 is our standard form. And the y equals 3x plus 6 is our slope-intercept form. For problem 2, they would like us to write in slope-intercept form, standard form, and function notation. On this one, they are also giving us the slope and the y-intercept. So we will start with that form. So we will just plug in. So we have y equals, our slope is -2x, and our b is 4. So that is slope-intercept form. This is the easiest form to go to function notation from. Remember that f of x is the same as y. So for our function notation, f of x is equal to -2x plus 4. To go to standard form, we just need to do some algebraic manipulation here. I will add the 2x to both sides. So standard form will be 2x. I'm going to keep the y on that side and keep the 4 on this side. So 2x plus y equals 4 will give standard form.